Archie, a four-part biopic drama starring Jason Isaacs, delves into the untold story of Hollywood legend Cary Grant's formative years as Archibald Archie Alexander Leach. Born in Bristol in 1904, the series explores Archie's challenging childhood, marked by poverty, his father's adultery, the loss of his older brother John, and his mother's depression. As Archie ventures into show business in the U.S., the series showcases his transformation into Cary Grant. Let's take a look.
You're Cary Grant.
Not to you, Mum. Just Archie.
And joining us now is Jason Isaacs. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
It's a pleasure.
How did you go about stepping into the shoes of such a legend, really, Hollywood royalty?
I didn't, because you'd have to be an idiot to play Cary Grant. I heard they were making this, and I thought, what kind of morons are putting this together? And I saw the writer's name was Jeff Pope. Jeff Pope is very famous, actually, across the world. He wrote Philomena, he wrote Stan and Ollie. But in Britain, he's been taking real-life stories and making drama out of them for a long time, won every award. And I thought, why would he do this? And I read it, and I realized it's not about Cary Grant. It's about the man who played Cary Grant, because he was an invention. Archie Leach, who was such a damaged, such a wounded and scarred individual, made up a character the world fell in love with to defend himself, really to look for love, because he was so unloved and so neglected and abused. And those fault lines played out in his private life, so that where the world thought he was debonair and suave and whatever the adjectives you bandy around, he was the polar opposite and had 5 marriages, many other broken relationships, mostly had a tortured inner life.
And so would you say ultimately it's an actor playing an actor?
Well, he was an actor putting up a defense shield. He built an avatar. I think he was so... I mean, he was starving, literally from food, and also starved of love when he was young, that he learned how to please people. He was a male escort, and he was in New York when he was a teenager, and the whole world wanted him. In any room he walked into, men wanted to be with him, women wanted to, you know, everybody wanted a piece of him. And when he shut the door, when he got home and got off set, that mask dropped, and something very different, a very, very troubled and haunted individual emerged.
Laura Aikman plays Diane Cannon. I want to take a look at that.
She's fantastic. How can a mother even contemplate being away for weeks or months on a movie set when there's a baby girl depending on her?
Cary, we have a lot of friends that balance children and their careers very successfully.
You know, what other people do doesn't concern me.
You want me to tell them I can't take the role?
You wanted to be married, a family. Well, now you have those things.
Talk to us about how the two of you all worked together to really capture the complexities of their relationship.
Well, we had Diane Cannon's book, rather brilliantly written book. She took a lot of years before she wrote it. She's done a lot of healing, and she was rather generous, I think, considering how awful the marriage was at the end, in recognising the fault lines that went back to Cary Grant's childhood. So we had her on call. Laura spoke to her every day. I spoke to her a lot. We had Jennifer Grant, who's Cary's grown-up daughter that you saw there as a baby. She saw a very particular man. She saw a doting dad. She didn't know the much more troubled and angry man from who married her mother. And we have all the books, we have all the transcripts. In the end, we have our imagination.
I imagine it didn't require that much imagination when you had the roadmap from his grown adult daughter and one of his ex-wives.
Well, his daughter has a different attitude. His daughter, still, it's rather beautiful the way she remembers her dad. And I think one of the reasons to tell the story, one of the reasons that I was comfortable telling the story is there is an arc. He got to a place finally in his life by having a child where instead of looking for love, instead of trying to make people love him, he was able to love someone else, his child, in an uncomplicated way. And I recognized that myself as a dad when I had a baby, when my wife had our baby, the first one, for the first time in my life, I felt like I belonged somewhere by her side. And whatever else, whatever part I played in life, socially or professionally, anywhere with people, this was something that was not an act. I was her dad, and I was always going to be her dad if I did it properly. And I think that's what he felt, and it was the beginning of the healing process for him.
Jason, such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for coming by. We want to let our viewers know the first 2 episodes of Archie will premiere on December 7th on BritBox in the U.S. BritBox is available on all your favorite streaming devices.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.